All right, so today I want to walk you through 3 things that you can do if you're suffering from back of the shoulder pain. Back of the shoulder pain can be caused by either posterior instability or posterior impingement. You don't really need to know all the details of that. I just want you to really absorb the 3 things that you can do right now at home. You will need some accessories for this. Not everything can be done at home, just body weight stuff only. So we use a lacrosse ball. A kettlebell really is ideal for this exercise. I'll show you in a second. And then we have kind of our prime heavy duty elastic bands. You would just need something to anchor it. So you will need those accessories, but that's what I feel like it takes to really serve you the best to help relieve your back or your shoulder pain. So what you're gonna try to do first in this order of operation is to try to loosen up the muscles on the back side. Whether it's impingement or instability, I find that they're kind of hypertonic and they're too tight. So what you're gonna do, you gotta kind of place the ball. You should know kind of where your pain's at. So go ahead and kind of palpate around, find the spot. If you're not sure, that's okay. I'm gonna put it on the back side of my shoulder there. Now notice my palm, I'm gonna try to rotate that down. And that's my starting position. And I'm using my left hand here on the ground to help offload the weight that I put onto it, okay? So now I'm gonna slowly sink down into it. I'm just sinking down. And I feel a good tender spot right there already, okay? If you're really sensitive, you might just hang out there. You might just hang out and provide some deep pressure. Once you feel good about that, go ahead and start to roll up and down. You can do small circles using your body to try to really get into that muscle, okay? You should notice that it desensitizes. This does hurt a little bit. You could spend up to 10 minutes doing this, but most people don't make it that long because it hurts. So you might have to start off very gentle, just with some light pressure. You very well could use a tennis ball instead of the lacrosse ball, all right? Okay, part of our triad that you're gonna address this. You've done some lacrosse ball rolling. You'll attach this heavy duty band. We actually have these here. If you want to stop by, we can have a conversation about that. But I want you to kind of elevate that. Notice how I'm gonna loop this, okay? And so let's say that the problem is on my right side. I'm gonna get a decent amount of tension on this. I want this to pull. I want this to kind of open up the joint and give myself a nice stretch and those tight backside of the muscles. So I'm gonna kind of get into this half kneeling position. Watch my arm as I rotate it up with the thumb pointed up. And then I'm gonna kind of sink my chest down and I'm gonna rotate to that side. So I feel a good stretch all along the back side of my right shoulder. If you feel good with that, go ahead and just kind of progress it. I'm sinking back, I'm rotating. You might even notice over here in my left elbow, I'm putting it in front of my left knee, anchoring there, and then really getting some leverage to get a good stretch. I'm letting the band pull me up overhead. I like about 10, 20-second holds for that. These are really big, tight muscles, including the lat and the mini lat or the teres major. Big, strong compensatory muscles. So I think it does take time to consistently stretch and really get into those muscles to loosen up. So we've done a nice job of kind of setting up the table for success for the muscles that we do in a fire, which would be the rotator cuff. You might have to start super light. I've had people that have just held 2 pounds or just get their arm in this position. So take the fact that I'm gonna use this with a 20-pound just with a grain of salt. I do like kettlebell more than dumbbell because it provides a little inherent instability. And we wanna work on that co-contraction and that stability. So first off, what you're gonna do, and you might have to use a mirror, but just get yourself in this 90-90 position, okay? Most of you that have problems wanna go out and then it wants to fall in. We really don't want that. So keep the elbow at that 90-90 position, my shoulders down. I'm not too shrugged. What I'm gonna challenge you to do there is to walk steadily about 25 feet, and you're gonna pretend like you're holding a glass of water. You don't want that water to spill. Imagine a really full cup. I don't want that to move at all. So I've walked about maybe 15, 20 feet. I can definitely feel a little bit more shaking. That's a good fight right there. It should of course be pain-free. If you can, do 5 rounds of a 25 feet walking. It's really great because it teaches the rotator cuff how to kind of win the war against the lats and even the pecs. These big, strong muscles that really should have no part of the shoulder rotational movement. We want to give that to the rotator cuff. And doing that drill after doing these pre-exercises to loosen that up can really be a nice finisher to help you feel better throughout the day and help your shoulder out. If you have any questions below, just feel free to